Hello, everyone, and welcome to the breakdown of the triumphant return of The Flash. Episode 18 versus Zoom. Not too long to go until the finale, the normal Flash for a while. But episode 18 was great. A really good setup. Not a filler. It could have easily been a filler episode, but a great setup episode. We start with Zoom, and we see not the origin of Zoom, we do see that later, but maybe the mind frame, the development of his psychotic mind frame. We see the brutal, dark contrast between Barry's childhood trauma and Zoom. You see that after the trauma Barry suffered, he had support, a loving support through Joe and Iris. Whereas we see for Hunter, growing up in a house that has an abusive father to his mother. After that, he's taken away, and you hear the guy who brings him to the orphanage saying that no other family member wanted him. So that planted the seeds of the psychotic nature that probably blossomed into a serial killer, the 23 kill streak of the serial killer. So I think that was a good insight into the this season's villain. It humanized him. It humanizes him in the way that we see the event that dehumanized him. So that was really good. We then see the tachyon accelerator device made for Flash to go faster, and we see while he was running back to Star Labs, we see him run through a portal and then pop out a portal seconds later, which is clearly him jumping to the Supergirl universe as we see him arrive in Supergirl universe with the tachyon accelerator device. But when he arrives at Star Lab, he doesn't even mention. He has a quick panic of how long he's gone, but the whole episode, however time length, a couple of days or whatever, doesn't even mention it. And I was actually looking forward to a little bit of banter or a discussion between Cisco and Barry. Maybe next time. Maybe next week. Maybe next episode. I hope. And we find out that the device makes him 4 times faster, which makes him faster than Zoom. And a little problem I have with the episode is the whole Iris and Barry situation. I think we know they're going to get together. We've seen it Earth 2. They're married. We saw it in the future. They're married, they have a kid. She wrote an article, Iris Allen. So we don't really need the whole dating her boss scenario. I think maybe just get them together, hopefully by the end of this season, so we don't have to go through that next season. But that's it. But Iris is a cool character now. I like her. She's not that annoying love interest. Just doing her own thing. Cisco, as usual, has probably the best lines in the whole show, and he delivers. A couple of references to Patch Adams and Star Wars. That whole discussion is very interesting. How one event, one new thing could possibly lead you down the wrong path. And I think that was really the message behind the whole episode. We see an event that happens and the contrast between Barry and Hunter. And we see the different paths. Cisco's and Barry's conversation, I think, really answered the question. A support system can help you make the right decisions. Which leads me to not a negative, a kind of negative. Everybody was telling Barry not to open the portals to Earth 2. But he ignores everybody and keeps going. For me, it didn't feel like it was a team decision. It was like one man just set his mind on doing it and forcing others to accept it, which in the end didn't pay off. So I think in the future he should listen to the whole team, or get a consensus at least. The discussion between Joe and Harrison Wells, that was kind of the whole, once he sets his mind to something, he won't stop until he does it. It really doesn't matter if he's gonna do it anyway. He wouldn't have done it if the whole team was against it and said, no, let's wait. Or at least say, oh, because we don't know the whole story behind Zoom. We don't know how his true power, which we get to see later. I'd have at least said, let's try and get you at least 8 times more faster. 4 makes you slightly faster. Let's really make you faster. Let's stick a couple of tachyon accelerator things on you. Once it was that small, I'd say put 4 or 5 more on. But yeah, whatever. I think it makes Barry more likable. He's more human. He's just doing what he thinks is right. This episode had a lot of family talk. We're all family. It kind of gave me the impression or setting up for something big or someone to die. I guess Caitlin being kidnapped was, but it didn't have that big of an impact. Wells finding out that Hunter Solomon is Jay Garrett. He mentioned something about him being instantly recognizable on his Earth, which goes to show actually no. He gets a haircut and shaves his beard. Apparently nobody knows Hunter Solomon. They believe the Flash doesn't look anything like him. I thought that was a little strange, but still, I guess why would the serial killer become good? So who would they suspect him? But we get Zoom's power origin, the whole accelerator, while he was receiving electric shock therapy. I find that cool. I like how his mask, while he's receiving the electric shocks, is now part of his Zoom costume. That weird, like, slitty mouth thing. That Hannibal Lecter kind of thing. The final fight or action scene, that looks really amazing. The chase through the city, the slow motion work, it just looked crisp. It didn't look like 2 rubberized CGI characters. It looked pretty good. And again, I think it humanized Zoom. Seeing pictures of his father and mother stopped him to make him think, and he looked at them. That humanized him even more. You know that still has an effect on him even today. So he's not just an all-and-out evil person. He has a story behind him, which I thought makes him an even more interesting villain. Once he was trapped in that leg thing device, just that he has that moment where his eyes just go black, like there's another entity inside him, like he has an additional power, a power that they had no idea about. Wells had no idea about. That's really interesting. On the top of my head, I have no idea what that could be, so looking forward to that. And my question is, this is a superhero TV show. He made a promise, release Wally, I'll give you my speed. But do you really need to keep a promise to a seriously bad guy? I feel in the real world, in that situation, probably maybe we wouldn't keep to that promise. But that's what makes a superhero super. So now, Zoom is even more faster than before. So Zoom now is probably 8 times faster than how fast the Flash was before the device. But actually, the device is what made him 4 times faster. So would he not just be normal Flash speed extra rather than super Flash speed? If you get what I'm saying. I lost myself then. So I keep thinking, how's Wally gonna get his powers? How's Wally gonna become the Flash, or Kid Flash, or Teenage Flash in this case? I actually thought that somehow the vial would get accidentally knocked into Wally, or Wally's gonna take some speed somehow. But no, I took that theory away. He's now locked up with the guy in the iron mask. I wonder who that is now. So that means Wally's on Earth too. So does that mean the portal's still open? And where did Zoom take Caitlin? Where did Zoom take Caitlin? Did he take her to Earth 2 as well? Or are they still on Earth 1? Interesting. I don't watch the next episode trailer or tease. I want to go in not knowing what's going to happen. So what did you guys think of this episode? What's your theories? Please check out our other videos. Follow us on social media. Links in the description. That's it, man. Any suggestions you have, leave it in the comments. Peace.